Namaste friends, welcome everyone. So today is the day 3 of this self-transformation program. Yesterday and day before we discussed about the science of meditation, and we also discussed about certain tips and techniques to have a healthy lifestyle, like mindfulness and drinking plenty of water, taking shower and eating 2 meals a day and eating with complete awareness. So we discussed all those things. Today we'll discuss more. Today I want to take you to the teachings of Gautama Buddha, the precious teachings of Gautama Buddha, the noble Eightfold Path. Some of you might have heard it, but it is important. The truth has to be understood in detail, in depth, and we have to listen to the truth again and again. What is a Buddha? A Buddha is a state of consciousness. Buddha is not name of a person. Buddha is a state of consciousness. His name was Gautama Siddhartha. When he was born, he was Gautama Siddhartha. And after he got enlightened, he got Buddhi. So a person with Buddhi is a Buddha. That is a simple definition. Similarly, Jesus was born as Eshwa. His name was Eshwa, Jesus. But he got enlightened. He became Jesus the Christ. So the Christ is the consciousness, the enlightened consciousness. So Buddha or the Christ, it's the consciousness, it's the enlightened consciousness. Anybody can be a Buddha. Buddha doesn't refer to only Gautama Siddhartha the Buddha. Buddha refers to anybody who is enlightened, anybody who has a lot of buddhi, common sense, wisdom. Gautama Buddha's discovery of Anapanasati has shaken and transformed for better the whole of the planet Earth. So what is his teachings? What is this? Fundamentally, what is our teachings? So he discovered he was born a prince and he got everything in his life, but still somewhere he is not happy. In spite of having everything, he has the whole kingdom. But when he went out of the kingdom for the first time, he saw suffering everywhere. He saw dukkha everywhere. So he noticed dukkha is everywhere, suffering is everywhere. And he wanted to know the answers. How can people come out of the suffering? So he traveled from pillar to post. He left the kingdom. He left everything. He said, no, I want to know the truth. So he traveled for five years intensely. He traveled, went to one guru, another guru. And he was a very sincere student. And he followed everything his guru said. And seeing the sincerity of Gautama, his gurus, after a few months of giving whatever the training they have, they told, this is what we know. We don't know more than this. You please find some other guru. And when you have discovered the truth, you please come and tell us. So this is how some gurus motivated him to find another guru. Because at that time, he couldn't find anybody who can tell him. Even the so-called yogis and gurus cannot give him the answer, what he was looking for. So for 5 years, he went from one guru to another guru, and he did all kinds of practices, asanas, and all kinds of intense, rigorous practices. Nothing gave him the answer. So at one point of time, he felt so dejected, and he said, okay, I'll just drop the very idea. He dropped the very desire. And then for the first time, he was sitting under a tree peacefully, without anything, without even having the desire to know anything. So that was the first time he had a peaceful, no expectations. He just sat under a Bodhi tree and he was just simply with himself, without any such, because he intensely tried, couldn't find. So finally he dropped. And that was the moment the magic happened. He discovered that the truth is within. And he realized He did nothing on that particular night. He did nothing. He was just with himself. He was just with his breath. And that took him to the discovery of the truth. So he was just with his normal breath, natural breath. And that took him to the discovery of the truth. What is that discovery? The first discovery is there is suffering everywhere. And the second is suffering is because of Trishna. Trishna means excessive desire, wrong desires. And this Trishna is because of avidya. Avidya means lack of education, lack of the right understanding of life, the lack of understanding of spiritual science, the lack of the understanding of the science of the soul. That's avidya. And how to come out of this avidya is the noble eightfold paths. So he has given the 8 steps to live a happy life, to live an enlightened life. Anybody who follows that 8 steps, eightfold path, is bound to become enlightened. So that is the greatest gift Buddha has given to the mankind. So that is the teachings of Gautama Buddha, the noble eightfold path. So this noble eightfold path takes a person, any person who is sincere, from ignorance to light, from avidya to buddhi, a person with full of buddhi. Buddhi means wisdom, common sense. And that is, this eightfold path is the solution to end all the suffering. If you are an enlightened person, then there is no suffering. What is the definition of enlightenment? What is enlightenment? Enlightenment, the definition is very simple. You are in light. You are in no more darkness. Enlightenment means you are in light. You are no more in darkness. When you are in no more in darkness, when you are in full of light, then there is no suffering. There is only celebration. You celebrate every moment of your life. So for an enlightened person, there is always celebration, a blissful state of affair. There is always a celebration. That is the concept of laughing Buddha. You would have heard of laughing Buddha. The laughing Buddha is a concept where a Buddha is always laughing. He is always in celebration. There is no dukkha. There is no suffering. You know, in our Vedas, they call moksha, liberation. What is moksha? Liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from pain and suffering. So when there is pain, when there is no pain and suffering, there is only celebration. There is only joy. So let us now go into the teachings, the eightfold path. Let me share the screen. Yes. So the noble eightfold path. So the first is Samma Ditti. Samma means, so during the time of Buddha, the language which was prevalent, widely used at the time, is the Pali language. It is before Sanskrit. So those times Sanskrit was not widely used. So Pali is the language which was used. So Pali language was before Sanskrit. So his teachings were in Pali language, the language which was used widely at that point of time during the time of Gautama Buddha. So Samma means right. Okay, so he gave the 8 points. So the first is Samma Ditti, the right views, the right understanding of life. Then Samma Sankalpa, the right intentions. Samma Vacha, the right speech. Samma Kammanta, the right actions. Samma Jiva, right livelihood. Samma Vyayama, the right efforts. And Samma Sati, the right mindfulness. And Samma Samadhi is the right meditation. So let us go in detail one by one. And it is important you write it down, you understand to the depth of it, and you practice it in your day, in your life. Every day you practice it in your life. Then you are bound to become a Buddha, my dear friends. You are bound to become an enlightened person. There is no other way. If this happened for Buddha, and if this happened for Christ, and this happened for Muhammad, this happens for everybody. This is the eightfold path. Simple precise, straight to the point. That is the beauty of the teachings of Buddha. Simple, straight to the point, scientific. So Samma Ditti means right views. What is the right view? The right view is you have to understand the truth of life. You have to view the seeing of life, the understanding of life. It should be right. Anybody can become a Buddha. Anybody can become enlightened. We're all the same. God created everybody as the same. We're all one. And anybody can do anything. This is the right view. And there should be absolutely no dependency on others, no helplessness. Some people, they feel, oh, to get enlightened, you need to be a very special person. You need to be a punyatma, and you need to have a special circumstances. Maybe you are a favorite of God, then only you get enlightened. No, these are all wrong understanding. The kingdom of God is within. This is what Jesus Christ said. And this is what Buddha begins with. Have the right views, Samma Ditti. No dependency. You should never depend on others. Always, healing is self-healing. Understanding is self-understanding. Transformation is self-transformation. Okay, so everything is self. Unless you avoid all the dependencies on the outside, unless you become an independent, take the responsibility, you can never become a master. You will remain a disciple your whole life. You will be always dependent on others. You can never become a master. So the right view is feeling no helplessness, no dependency. Take charge of your life. You should take charge of your life if you want to come out of all suffering. And you should act now, no postponement. The present moment is the only reality. Whatever you need to do tomorrow, you have to do today. And whatever you need to do today, you have to do now. This is the statement of Kabir. You have to do immediately. You don't know what will happen the next moment. Everything is uncertain. So this present moment is your reality. So you have to act now. So this is the right understanding. The right understanding is we are all the same. Anybody can do anything. And everybody is eligible to become enlightened at any point of time. Anybody can become enlightened. And you don't need special lifetimes to get enlightened. Act now. This is the right view. Samma Ditti. This is the first point. The second is Samma Sankalpa. Right intentions. Your intentions should be pure. You should have pure intentions. If you want the right things in your life, your intention should be pure. Your intentions matters. Fundamentally, you should not have any evil thoughts in your mind. Your desires should be the right desires. What is the right desire? First, let us understand what is the wrong desire. Then you will understand what is the right desire. A wrong desire is stealing others' property. You want to rob of others' wealth, others' hard work, and others' possessions. These are all wrong desires. In India, we have a great epic, Ramayana, which precisely says this. Ravana had a wrong intention. He was a meditator, but his intentions were not right. He was a great meditator. He got all the siddhis, but his intentions was not right. He desired Rama's wife, Sita. So Ravana's desire was to possess somebody else's wife. So that's why he has to go through his own suffering and ultimately he has to be destroyed. So we should always have right desires. That is Samma Sankalpa. And you should not exploit others for your own enjoyment. You know, somebody is weak, somebody is vulnerable, somebody is helpless. You should not exploit the situation. And you cannot enjoy your life on somebody else's hard work. You should earn, you should work hard, and you should enjoy your hard work. So these are all the right intentions. Fundamentally, your desires should not hurt others' feelings. So this is the fundamental point. This is the right desires. Samma Sankalpa, right intentions. And intentions are the seed. And if your intentions are wrong, then the manifestation will be wrong. Then your whole life goes in the wrong direction. So always you should check your intentions. Am I having the right intentions? Am I having the right desires? Then the third point is Samma Vacha, right speech. What is the right speech? There should be absolutely no negative word coming out of your mouth. You should never utter a single word which is negative. You should always speak positive, and you should always speak miraculous things. This is called Vakshuddhi. Vakshuddhi means there is purity in your words. Every word is so pure, and you need to know how to speak. You should not beat around the bush. You should not speak blah, blah, blah. And you cannot speak stories and stories. Come to the point, straight to the point. Your words should be short, sweet, precise. And you should speak scientifically. Always we should speak scientifically. And we should know what to speak, what not to speak, how to speak, how not to speak, where to speak, where not to speak. There are certain things you can speak in public. There are certain things you can speak only in private. So you need to know where to speak, what to speak, and how to speak. This is the right speech. And the most important is never utter a single negative word, because the words are nothing but energy. The words, the sound is energy, vibration. When you speak negative, you will manifest negativity in your life. For example, some people, they say, suppose they are playing a game, they are participating in a game. And before they participate in the game, they'll say, I don't know if I'm going to win or not, but let me try. That is a negative word. So they have spoken failure. They said, I don't know I'm going to win or not. So they've given half the possibility of failure. So negative word. So any word you speak will manifest. Okay. And some people will say, I don't know if I can meditate or not. That is a negative word. The moment you speak that word, you are destined not to be successful in your meditation, because your words matter. Every time you open your mouth, you should absolutely speak positive words, miraculous words. So this is very, very important point, my dear friends. You should never open your mouth. And if at all you open your mouth, only positive words, only miraculous words, because the words you speak are going to manifest. You should not speak negative towards your own self, and you should not speak negative towards others. No gossiping. Your words cannot insult others. Your words cannot hurt others. Your words should not hurt yourself, and your words should not hurt others. This is very important. Samma Vacha, the right speech. And next, Samma Kammanta, means right actions. What kind of actions? What is action? Karmas, action. Your actions should always benefit you. Your actions should help you to progress, and your actions should not only help you, you should help others. So the actions which help yourself and the actions which also help others, they are the right actions. We call it as good karmas. The right actions, it should benefit you and it should also benefit others. Only those kind of actions are the right actions. For example, if you want to learn mathematics, you go to your mathematics teacher and you have an attitude, you go to the mathematics teacher and you say, I heard you are a very good teacher. Can you teach mathematics? With this kind of attitude, no teacher is willing to teach you. The teacher will say, sorry, sir, I don't know. You find some other teacher. But if you have a certain obedience, if you have a certain humbleness, and you go to the teacher, you go to the same mathematics teacher, and you say, sir, I'm very interested to learn. I heard you are a very good teacher. Can you please teach me? I'm interested. So these humble words and this obedience helps you. These actions help you to learn the mathematics from the teacher. Similarly, you want to learn anything in life, your actions has to be the right actions. Without obedience and humbleness, you cannot learn. This is the right actions. You want to learn spiritual science, you go to a spiritual science teacher. You want to learn meditation, you go to a meditation teacher. Your actions has to be the right actions, or else you cannot learn. So this is Samma Kammanta, the right actions. So physically, materialistically, whenever you are doing any actions, it should benefit you and it should benefit others. Spiritually, when you want to learn, you should have a lot of obedience and humbleness. That is the right action, the right attitude. Then the next one is Samma Jiva, which is the right livelihood. So here, the basic thing to understand here is you need to respect life. You need to respect every single life on the planet Earth. If you don't respect the life around you, your life will not be respected. You should not involve in any killing, and you should not interfere in others' affairs. Samma Vyayama means sincerity, attentiveness, receptiveness, the right efforts, and sincerity. If you are sincere, your sincerity will breed seriousness. Sincerity breeds seriousness. What is seriousness? Seriousness means you are making efforts every single day until you get what you want. Then that means you are serious. Sincerity means from the core of your being, you wanted it. That is sincerity. Seriousness means you are sincere every single day. You are making efforts. You are putting in actions, efforts every single day until you get what you want. That is seriousness. So sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. This is the formula. This is the success formula to manifest anything. Without sincerity, you cannot earn money. Without sincerity, you cannot be a successful person. Without sincerity, you cannot learn meditation. Without sincerity, you cannot get enlightened. So sincerity is very important. The right efforts. The next is Samma Sati. Samma Sati. This is the seventh point, my dear friends. Samma Sati means the right concentration. Concentration, focus. You should have 100% focus, which means mindfulness. We have discussed about mindfulness yesterday. Mindfulness means whatever you are doing, you are putting your 100% efforts towards that work. No multitasking. When you are eating, you are only eating. You are not eating and thinking something else. You are not eating and planning what you should do the next day, or you are not eating and thinking about your bank balance. No, whatever you are doing, your body and mind, they're both in one place. That is mindfulness. So whatever you do, you put your 100% efforts in that moment. You are living in the present moment, 100%. That is mindfulness. Complete focus, 100% awareness on any action you do. That is the right concentration. Samma Sati. And this mindfulness gives you greater efficiency. When you are mindful about any work you are doing, your efficiency is to the peak. And whatever the work you do, to the greatest possible efficiency. So, right concentration, Samma Sati, mindfulness is very, very important. And if you want to get enlightened, if you want to become Buddha, mindfulness when you're opening the eyes, you should practice mindfulness. And when you're closing the eyes, you should practice meditation, empty mind. When you're closing the eyes, the mind should be empty. When you're opening the eyes, the mind is full of mindfulness. So this is the success formula. The seventh point is mindfulness. Then the last point, Samma Samadhi. Samadhi means a state where you have all samadhanas, all answers. A state where there are no questions, no doubts. You are complete with all answers. That is the Samadhi stage. Okay. So, Samma Samadhi means right meditation. Unless you do the right meditation, you cannot have the Samadhi stage. The right Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In the Samadhi stage, there are two subcategories. Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi means you got some answers, but still you have some doubts. Still you need little more clarification. That is Savikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means you are absolutely clear. 100% clarity. No more doubts. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, Samma Samadhi, to reach that Nirvikalpa Samadhi stage, you need to do the right meditation. What is the right meditation? The right meditation is something which makes your mind empty, which takes your awareness on your straight to the soul, which takes you in union with your own self. Yoga means union. You are in union with your own self. That is the right meditation. So no mantras whatsoever, because the moment you say any mantra, then you are using your mind. Unless you empty the mind, your awareness cannot go to the soul level. So no mantras, no visualization. Some people, they do this meditation, the so-called visualization meditation. They visualize some chakras, they focus on some chakras, and they focus on some points, they focus on some energy, they focus on some light, they focus on some image. These are all wrong meditations. Buddha ruled out. Unless you do the right meditation, there is no possibility of samadhi. This Buddha ruled out, the final point. And no expectations. When you are sitting in meditation, before you sit for meditation, there should be absolutely no expectation. You should even drop the expectation that you should get enlightened. You simply do the right things. The right thing will happen in your life. Drop the expectations that I should get enlightened. Within the next 10 days, I should get enlightened. So that expectations, leads into frustrations. Some people, they sit for meditation and say, okay, I want to empty the mind. I want to reach that no thought state. If you have that expectations, then you are bound to get frustrations. And out of that frustration, you will sooner or later, you will drop out of meditation. So your own expectation will become the reason for your own failure in the path of meditation. No expectations whatsoever, my dear friends, because expectations comes from the mind. The expectations comes from the mind. And if you're having expectations, you are stuck on the mind level. The right meditation is you should not have any expectations. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes and surrender to your breath. Just simply observe your breath. That's all. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just be a pure witness. That is the right meditation. Be a pure witness to your own natural breath. The breath is already happening. You are just witnessing. You are not manipulating. No manipulating the breath. Somebody inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, and then exhale. Those are all kumbhaka pranayams. Those has its own benefits, but that is not meditation. Mantra has its own benefits. If you say a certain mantra, then mantra is nothing but sound, vibration. It changes the energy in the surroundings. So mantra has its own benefits. For example, you go to a place with full of negative energies, you say certain mantras, then it cleanses the energy around you. So mantra has its own benefits, but mantra is not meditation. Similarly, visualization has its own benefits. If you want to manifest physically something, then you can use the technique of visualization. That helps in the manifestation of physical things. So visualization has its own benefits, but that is not meditation. So the right meditation is no mantras, no visualizations, no expectations, and no guided meditation also. If you don't know meditation, yes, you want to learn meditation. For the first time you are learning the meditation, yes, certain guidance, few minutes of guidance, like close your eyes, observe the breath, come back to the breath, don't go behind thoughts. A little bit of guidance in the first session is needed to understand the science. But after that, once you know how to do meditation, you don't need guidance, you don't need no dependency on others. When you're closing your eyes and observing the breath, sometimes this guidance becomes a disturbance. You are focused on the breath and you are getting into a no thought state, and somebody is speaking, then that disturbs you, then you are stuck, then you're using your mind, then how can you empty your mind? So guided meditation, the right guidance in the first few sessions of every beginner is correct. But once you know how to do meditation, you should do your own sadhana, no dependency. You should take responsibility of your own transformation. Then only you can become a master. And some people, they give this crazy guidance. Imagine that you are receiving the cosmic energy and it is activating your lower chakras, your anahata chakra, your heart is expanding. These are all stuck on the visualization and the mind levels. This is not the right meditation. So Samma Samadhi is the Anapanasati meditation, the right meditation, which is the 100% awareness on your natural breath. And the most important thing is, some people say, sir, I've been meditating for 5 years, but I got some benefit, but I'm not able to get that nirvana stage. I'm not able to get that complete no thought state. So that means you are not doing the right meditation. Yes, you say that you are observing the breath, but still you are not doing the right meditation. The quality of witness, that matters. You cannot simply close your eyes and just observe the breath in a lethargic space. Then you will simply go into yoga nidra. That's all. You will get some energy and you will feel a little bit recharged. But if you want samadhi, you want to experience samadhi stage, then the right meditation is to have the quality witness. The witnessing of your breath should be a quality witness. Just imagine that is the last breath you are going to take, and after that you are vacating the body. That is the last breath. How aware you are, how qualitative will be that witness. Your whole life force is focused on that breath. So that should be the quality of your witnessing. So when you have such quality, then you are bound to get enlightened. So this is the Ashtanga mark. Let us recap. The first is Samma Ditti, the right views, the right view of the life, the right understanding of the truth, and Samma Sankalpa, the right intentions, right desires. We should never have any wrong desires. And right speech, Samma Vacha. You should be very mindful of every word which is coming out of your mouth. If you don't know how to speak positive, you should keep your mouth closed, shut. And if you're opening your mouth, only the pure word should come out. You should have Vak Shuddhi. What to speak, what not to speak. Speak to the point, straight, and speak scientifically. And right actions, Samma Kammanta, right actions. Your actions should always be good karmas. Your karma should be always good. Your action should be always good. What is a good action? Which helps yourself and which helps others. That is a good action. And without humbleness, without obedience, you cannot learn anything in life. So that is right actions. Then right livelihood. No himsa, vegetarian food, respect life, and no corruption, no stealing. Samma Vyayama, right efforts, be sincere. Don't waste your time. If at all you're doing something, absolutely be sincere. Don't do anything for others' sake. Anything you want to do is because you want to do. Take the responsibility, be sincere. And seventh is Samma Sati, mindfulness, right concentration, 100% focus, complete focus on any action you do. And the final is the right meditation, Samma Samadhi. So when you practice this mindfulness and the right mindfulness and the right meditation, just imagine it's like the two wings of a bird. A bird has two wings, and the one wing is mindfulness, and the other wing is meditation. Then you can fly the greater heights. Then enlightenment is bound to happen in your way. So when you're closing your eyes, empty mind, and when you're opening your eyes, mindfulness. You practice this. This is what we are going to practice in this transformation, in this 14 days transformation program. We are going to practice mindfulness. And it takes practice. In the beginning, it might be difficult. But when you practice every day, you make practice bit by bit, you practice, you will master it. Then mindfulness becomes your natural way of life. So this is the greatest teaching of Gautama Buddha, the noble eightfold path. When you follow it, when you practice it, then enlightenment is bound to happen. You are out of suffering. You are out of dukkha. Then there is liberation, moksha. Then you become a laughing Buddha. So Buddha's teaching, you see, his teaching has been designed in such a beautiful way. The right kind of thinking, the right kind of views, the right kind of desires, the right kind of livelihood, right thoughts, right sankalpas, and then mindfulness, and then the right meditation. So Buddha's teaching is to live a middle path. Buddha's teaching is not only for spiritual progress. Buddha's teaching is for to enjoy the life, to live a middle path. What is a middle path? Middle path means everything should be in balance. Don't overdo it and don't underdo it. Everything has to be in the balance. So don't earn too much money. Don't earn too little money. Earn the right money which is necessary for your life. Don't sleep too much. Don't sleep too little. Have a balanced sleep. Don't eat too much food. Don't eat too little food. Eat the right food. So everything should be balanced. This is the golden middle path Buddha has given. So Buddha is for enjoyment of life. That's why we have the laughing Buddha. And you have to enjoy the life. You have to be in a state of celebration. Buddha is not for vairagya. Buddha is for golden middle path. Celebration of the life to the fullest. Your materialistic life and your spiritual life, they both should be in balance. Nirvana should be in samsara. Your samsara and nirvana should be together. That is the middle path. You cannot leave samsara. You cannot leave your family and go away. No. Nirvana should be in samsara. That is perfect enlightenment. So when you follow this Ashtanga mark, then naturally you enter the golden middle path. My dear friends. So similarly, all the master's teachings lead us into the middle path. All the master's teaching lead us into an enlightened way of living. All the master's teaching is meant for liberation. It's meant for celebration. What a great teaching, Buddha's Eightfold Path. I hope you understood, but it is very important. You read again and again what you have written. You read it and you practice every day. Practice, practice, practice. You practice, you integrate it, make it as part of your life. Then celebration is bound to happen. Enlightenment is bound to happen. So the more you do meditation, the more your awareness increases. The more your cosmic energy increases. That helps you to be more mindful. So more meditation helps you to be more aware in your wakeful life. So mindfulness helps meditation. Meditation helps mindfulness. They both support each other. Okay. So when you're integrating mindfulness and meditation in your day-to-day life, then your life is bound to be bed of roses. Your life is bound to transform for good. Okay. And I hope you are writing down the journal, and I hope you are drinking at least 5 liters of water, 2 meals a day, and your dining table completely a silent zone, eating mindfulness, cooking mindfulness. I hope you are practicing all those things. And from today onwards, an added thing is at least 2 hours meditation. Minimum 2 hours. Anytime is your choice. So per day, you have to focus on doing 2 hours meditation. And like today, we have understood the teachings of Gautama Buddha. So similarly, in this retreat, in this transformation program, we will be learning a lot of teachings of other masters, Chinese enlightened masters like Confucius, and masters like Jesus, like Krishna, okay, Adi Shankara. So we will learn from all masters, and also we will be scientific in our approach. We'll learn from Western masters also. So the Eastern body is a very good body, yogic body, with sattvic food, fed with sattvic food, pure food, vegetarian food, Ayurvedic food. So the Eastern body is good, but the mind, the Western mind is good because they have the scientific temper. The Western mind is full of scientific temper. And if you want to understand the spiritual science, we have great enlightened masters in the East, but reading books, the Western authors, the Western enlightened masters, that gives you a lot of scientific understanding. So an enlightened master is the same, East or West is the same, the teachings are the same, but there is a beauty towards reading the Western book. Okay, when you read the Eastern books like Living with the Himalayan Masters by Swami Rama, an autobiography yogi by Yogananda Paramahamsa. So when you read these Eastern authors, it takes you into a subtle spiritual space. It gives you a different energy. You feel a different signature of the Eastern masters. The Western masters, you feel a different energy signature when you read those books. So it will be very interesting for the people who are not used to read the Western authors. It will be very interesting. And my favorite book is A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. It's the perfect textbook for every spiritual seeker. Okay, there are so many amazing books, but that one book is compulsory for every spiritual seeker. Okay, A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. So on this note, friends, we will end this session. Don't forget to drink plenty of water and mindfulness and 2 hours of meditation. So thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow again.